It's almost been a month now since our community, the sports community, especially someone really critical to the past of this facility, left us. Ann Kuharski, she, and just really God, you know. She wasn't just about working her assigned shift. Being from a small town like Landruth, she really learned early that if you want to have, if you want to keep a community nice, have nice community places, make a strong community around it, you have to volunteer a little extra. You know, make that pot of chili to save the rink some money. Stay and serve drinks until everyone was ready to leave the snake pit. Ann was part of everything that this facility really ever did. Major or minor events didn't really matter. Ann was part of it. She was part of the planning. She was part of the execution of the event. She was a major part of the success here. So before I go on, I'm going to get Sylvie Tomanito to come up and join me here for a second. Ann was really the definition of volunteer. And so this is why the sports community of Neepawa and area have come together and decided that from this time forward, the Neepawa Area Sportsperson of the Year Award will now be changed to the name the Ann Kuharski Memorial. So with that, I would like to offer the mic to Sylvie, and she can read her nomination for this year's recipient, the first ever recipient of the Ann Kuharski Memorial Sportsperson of the Year.
Thank you. It is my honor to stand before you and speak of Grant Hurrell, affectionately known by many in our community as Hymie. Last year I undertook a journey with Hymie into the world of competitive sports as he became the coach of the NACI Junior Varsity Boys Basketball team, and I took over the role of school division staff/manager. Over the years, many adults have devoted their time to coaching my children, but it wasn't until I was directly involved did I begin to truly appreciate the time that coaches devote to the youth in their charge and the impact a coach can have on a young athlete. My guide in this journey of appreciation was Hymie. The young Hymie who sits with us today was an even younger Hymie a few decades ago when he graced the courts of the NACI varsity basketball team. He never gave up on his love for the game, and over the years spent countless hours creating opportunities for others to play. Over the years, Hymie has coached multiple basketball teams. He has been assistant coach of the senior varsity girls and head coach of numerous Neepawa area collegiate junior varsity basketball teams. When Hymie agreed to come out of retirement and coach the junior varsity boys last year, he explained his philosophy to me. I remember him saying, "This is a developmental team. I'm going to teach them skills that will help them as they move to their next level." I wasn't always the best when I was their age, and someone gave me the chance. I still love this game. To give you an idea of the popularity of the sport of basketball among the youth in Neepawa, last year 42 grade 9 and 10 boys tried out for the team, just over a quarter of the boys in each grade. In his heart, I know Hymie would have kept them all, and cuts were not easy for him. In the end, he rostered 15 players and he kept a practice team of 6. red shirts, rotating those players in games when a regular team member couldn't play. During games, Hymie had 3 lines, his starter lines and his second and third, 5 boys each, 15 boys total, and each of those lines was given a relatively equal opportunity to play in games. If games were close, he would do some shuffling of players, but if a boy was dressed to play, they could be guaranteed to play their shift. So why is this worth mentioning? Back to Hymie's goal of developing skills and nurturing a love for the game. By running his games consistently like this, the boys left each game feeling good about how much they played, and more importantly, grew to internalize that unspoken message that their coach believed in them. Over time, this belief in each and every one of the players created an incredibly strong and unified team. Outsized pretty much everywhere we traveled, Hymie's team became known for their speed, skill, and sportsmanship. More than once, coaches and refs would talk to me after and comment something to the effect that this was a well-coached team. After our tournament in Winkler, when we were about to head home, the refs approached Hymie and said they had never refed such an enthusiastic and respectful team. And if you've ever been to a high school basketball game in recent years, enthusiastic has been taken to a whole new level. When we lost games, other coaches would compliment the boys on the grit that they showed on the court and their unfaltering determination to win. At one game in Brandon, against some exceptionally tall and skilled boys from Sewers, we lost by just 1 basket, only 2 points. But to Hymie, it was still a win on a different level because despite the challenge in front of them, our boys never gave up. It is worth mentioning that with Hymie at the helm, coaching, sportsmanship was equal in importance to skill. Respect your opponents and respect the officials. In fact, respect everyone you meet. And this presented itself to us both on and off the court, to the various players they competed against during the game, to the takeout employees when we stopped for something to eat, and to the cleaners at the hotels. I don't think staff ever had such clean hotel rooms left by a bunch of teenage boys, and with a tip to boot. Always leave a tip for the cleaning staff, Hymie would tell the boys as he placed money on the nightstands. His message played out trip after trip and game after game. As the season went on, at the end of any game, win or lose, when players shook hands with their opponents, "good game" started to become more than a common catchphrase to the boys. It actually had meaning because Hymie inspired the boys to play that good game each and every time. At the end of the 2023 season, the NACI junior varsity boys proudly signed their zone championship banner and topped off our wind-up awards evening by jumping all over Hymie to express their genuine affection and appreciation for all he had done for them. Outside of high school sports, Hymie has shared his knowledge and love of basketball with his community. Over the years, he has organized numerous pickup leagues where people in the community could just come together and play a few nights a week at HMK. Forming connections with many newcomers, Hymie sat on the first ever committee to organize Neepawa's Filipino Basketball League, starting as a 16 venture in 2010 with Hymie on board. The Filipino Basketball League has now grown to over 20 teams, with players now coming to Neepawa to play from Brandon, Hamiota, and other communities. Ronald Santos, core organizer of the league, explained to me how Hymie's experience was invaluable, from teaching them the ins and outs of necessary insurance to working with the school division to allow the league to use their facilities. Still embracing newcomers to our community with open arms and friendship, Hymie continues to seek out referee clinics and encourages local players in the league to get their reffing certification. He He himself has run countless basketball games for the league, as well as in the high school. Not content to just rep basketball, Hymie even braves the unpredictable Manitoba fall weather to rep NACI Tigers football. Hymie, I'm sure I have missed things you have done, and what I've talked about has only scratched the surface of the countless hours you have devoted to sharing your love of the sport of basketball with those around you. Especially important is the gift you have given to the young athletes who you have been in contact with, the athletes that you have coached, the lessons that, in reflection, are bigger than just basketball or any sport. Be a good person, try hard, and believe in yourself. Tonight, our community of Neepawa offers our deepest gratitude and appreciation for all you have done. I present to you now Grant Hurrell, Hymie, first recipient of the Kuharski Memorial Sportsperson of the Year.
I just want to say that he very much deserves this award, and he has been an excellent coach last year with our JV team.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Hymie. I know they talked a lot about basketball here, but I, as a youth, benefited from Hymie, you know, whether it was floor hockey here at the Yellowhead, baseball drafts, summer hockey, football. Hymie even got me my first job moving furniture. Like, that's